Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Today's a little bit of a different video. I thought it'd be nice to show you a little bit of my culture. I went to the local fruit market with my dad this morning and we got a bunch of fruit that's local to the land here. One of the best things I think about being back in Vietnam is the fruit, so I thought it'd be nice to show you like a few of my favorite ones. I'm using my phone as a mic today. It's kind of loud in the background. I have been sweating my balls off in this country, so we're just gonna get into it now. So the first fruit that I want to introduce you to is this rambutan. I'm not sure if it's focused right. It always usually looks like this. It's red and has like little, I don't want to say legs, sort of like hairs. It usually is in like clumps like this. In Vietnam we call it a chum chum. It's very sweet. It's one of my favorite fruits. So yeah, we're gonna be opening it up today to show you what it looks like on the inside. You can usually find like a main line on the fruit that's thinner. I usually just stick my nail into it and then I just split it apart like that, and then I'll just split it like that. The pit is like an almond almost, and basically you just eat around this. I don't like eating on camera, but this is what it is, and I'll show you like what it looks like on the inside. The seed is like a little pod, and it's surrounded by the fruit. In terms of taste, I would say it's sweeter than the lychee. But yeah, that is the rambutan. Definitely try it out. So the next fruit that I want to introduce you to is the longan. This fruit comes from a tree as well. There's like a low-key hard shell on the outside. It is similar, I would say, to the lychee and the rambutan in terms of like the makeup of it. It's like a shell on the outside, there's like a jelly-like fruit on the inside, and then there's a pit, although the texture is like totally different. This one is probably the sweetest out of the three. It doesn't really matter how you open it. Usually I just like peel the top off and that opens up like the shell, and then I just like pinch it open with my hands. It kind of just like peels open. It low-key looks like an eyeball, but do not be alarmed, it's not. I'm just gonna peel the rest of it. It's almost like translucent. The pit of this is definitely larger than the pit of the other fruits. It was one of my favorite fruits growing up. I don't know, now it's like a little bit too sweet for me. I also forgot to mention that in Vietnam we call this a nhang. So I've mentioned a lychee multiple times during this video, so I thought it'd only be fair that I show this lychee. I'm not sure if it's gonna focus properly, but I usually always open it from the top and then get like the little squishy part out. Pull out that little stem thingy. And then you just peel the shell. It's nice because it's sweet, but like not too sweet. But yeah, again, it's like pretty similar to the other ones. Very good, but not my favorite. I actually think it's very overrated and very gentrified, no offense. In Vietnam, we call this a chai yai. It's very pretty, it's very scaly. So the next fruit that I'm gonna introduce you to is this. I believe it's called a Java apple. It's not like super sour, it's more like tart-ish. It's very refreshing and very watery. It's also very airy. I can't really describe it, but I'll just cut into it so you can see. There's a little like indent at the bottom of it. I usually cut it up because sometimes there's ants in it. Oh, I just coughed onto this. Thank God no one's eating this but me. Oh, someone just sneezed in the back. It's very similar to like an apple / pear mixed together, and it's just a lot more light. Remove like the little pit in the middle. Just cut it. I know you should not be cutting towards your hand, but there's no better way for me to show you this. If I could describe this, imagine a pear and an apple had a baby, but there was like 100 more milliliters of water pumped into it. I forgot how much I liked it. Definitely recommend. Not sure if I would put it in top 5. There's a lot of good fruits here that I probably rate over this. It's also just like very nostalgic to me. I used to eat these like all the time. Yeah, that is the mung / rosewater apple / Java apple. The next fruit is a tamarind. These are found like all over Asia, I believe. They look like odd little fingers. It's like a hard shell and there's like nuggets on the inside. Inside the nuggets are seeds. It's really sweet, but also like it can be sour, and there's like a little like vein that runs down it. How you open it is you just like literally crack it open. This is like the little vein. It's like a really chewy strand, and you can't really eat that, and there's a little seed in the middle. I don't know what kind of demonstration that was. Anyways, it's like this. I usually just bite it off. I'm just manhandling it for the video, but it does look like earwax. In Vietnamese we call it a ma. If I could compare it to anything, it'd be like if sweet and sour sauce had a fruit. All right, so next fruit is this. I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is a sapodilla. We call it a saboche. It literally tastes like brown sugar. If like brown sugar was a fruit, this would be it. This is not my favorite fruit, to be honest. I usually won't go out of my way to get it, but if it's there, I'll eat it. My grandma and my grandpa really like it, but honestly, sometimes it's a little bit too sweet for me, so usually you would eat it by peeling off the skin. And also be sure to remove the seed in the middle part. Obviously, if you're offering it to your elders, you have to cut it up for them, but if you're eating it by yourself, I just like cut it and like bite it off of the skin. That's what I usually do with most of my fruits when I'm not like eating it with anybody else. This fruit can be very sticky. It all depends on how far along it is in its ripening process. So sometimes it can get like a little bit sticky in your mouth. All right, so next up, in Vietnamese, we call it a bong bong. I think the actual term for it is a lang sat. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I like it, but not as much anymore just because it's such a mess to eat. This is also another one of those like sappy fruits. They are really good. It's like a sweet and sour type of fruit. It comes in like this little pod, has like little wedges, and there's a similar fruit to this called a wampee. I actually bought some like 2 weeks ago to record this video, but at the time I got food poisoning and I could not get out of bed. Let's open up this lang sat. Just take off the top, peel it back. So this is what the fruit looks like when it's peeled back. It kind of looks like a little bit of a flower. You don't want to bite the seeds because they are actually very bitter. It's like a jelly-like fruit. So you can split it open like that and be sure to spit the seeds out. Spit the seeds out, I say, as I just bite into a seed. There's a stem on the inside, similar to an orange, but it's very sweet and you definitely can eat it. You don't really have to take it out. All right, so my phone is about to die, so I don't think I'll get through all the fruits today, but I can just do it tomorrow. That's okay. This is one of my favorite fruits ever. This is called a mangosteen. I just really like how it tastes. I think it's like the perfect, I say that about all the fruits, but this is actually the perfect amount of sweet and sour. They have like these little petals on the bottom, and the number of petals correspond with how many wedges are in the fruit. You can open this either with a knife. I usually do it with my hands, and I'll like put it in between. Please don't focus on my face. I will put it in between my palms and I'll just like squish it together, and it'll like create an opening, and then it just like opens up. I'm not sure if this is the best one. It's kind of brown. It is another one of those messy fruits, but it's not sticky, so you can just like wash it off. I'm gonna prove to you that the petals at the bottom correspond to the number of wedges in the fruit. I speed round this. All right, so this one has 7 wedges. Can you believe that? We'll see. Would you look at that? There's 7, and it's so beautiful. It looks like a little kitten paw. The fruit told me that it was gonna have 7 wedges. My camera is officially at 0. That's the mangosteen. In Vietnamese, we call it a mangco. Definitely try it out. If you're gonna try out anything that I recommend, it'll probably be this one. I could eat like a whole bag of them. That's all that I'm probably gonna do today. I'm gonna do the rest tomorrow. I will see you later. All right, so we are back. It's been about a couple days since I filmed this segment and my last segment, but since then, I don't know what hit me. I've gotten like a little bit more congested. Anyways, let's get back to the video. So the next fruit that I want to introduce you to is this soursop. In Vietnam, we call it a măng cậu xiêm. You can also find it in the Caribbean. It's really good. It's sweet and sour, and it's like a little bit chewy. Basically, you just cut it in half. You don't eat the skin, and you discard the middle. As you can see, there's a big like core in the middle that you usually take out. There's also some seeds that you would eventually spit out. So I'm just gonna take the core out. So you can eat this in however many ways that you want. I'm just gonna slice it to show you. Basically, you just eat these little like pod things inside and you spit out the seed. All right, so that is the soursop slash măng cậu xiêm, and we will be moving on to the next one. All right, so the next fruit that I'm gonna introduce you to has a similar name. This one is called a sweet sop. The other one was a soursop. In Vietnamese, we call this one a măng cậu instead of a măng cậu xiêm. Some people also call this a sweet apple or a custard apple. I personally don't like it as much as a soursop. The texture is like a little bit different. It's not chewy. It's like very soft. So I'll just like take out the stem, and then you can just like, I'm just gonna cut it. Oh, I just cut a little bit. I just got a little bug. Sorry, my bad. It's very sweet and it has a very distinct, different flavor than the other one. So each little pocket here is a different segment in the fruit. Obviously, you would take the skin off. But yeah, that is the sweet sop. It's very, very sweet. All right, so next fruit on our list is also a very overrated fruit. It is a dragon fruit. In Vietnamese, we call this a thanh long. I don't like it that much, to be honest. The taste of it is very bland to me. But honestly, that's just my opinion. A lot of people like it. It grows on a cactus, if I'm not mistaken. On the inside, it can be 2 different colors. It could be white or fuchsia. Alright, so this is how it looks like on the inside. The white one is also really pretty as well. But yeah, I usually just cut it up into slices. But if you want, you can also take a spoon and like scoop it out. Alright, so there's the slice. It also peels off the rind like super easily as well. It's like dripping down my hand, but yeah, it literally has like no flavor. It's like a hint of sweetness and like a hint of sourness, but other than that, it's not really flavorful. It can be like somewhat refreshing. So yeah, that is the dragon fruit. Next fruit that I'm going to be showing you, I'm pretty sure it's a pink pomelo. I'm going to be really disappointed if I open it up and it's white. I put my whole university house on this fruit when I was there, and they really liked it. So hopefully if you're here, you get a chance to try it too. Essentially, it's like a big orange. Instead of eating like the whole wedge, you would peel like the skin off and you'd eat like the pulp part. You can already see like the pink fleshy part. So I'm trying to chisel away at it as much as I can. I don't think I cut far enough. And then with this hole at the bottom, I just usually just like, then I split it. And then just peel it off. Alright, so there you have one of the wedges, and basically you just eat it like that. It tastes very citrusy. Yeah, it's kind of pretty too. So yeah, that is the pink pomelo. Alright, so I'm in a different location now because I'm back at my mom's side of the family's house. I finally got my hands on the wampee. Yeah, I found this when I was back at my dad's side of the family's house, and we were like driving across the city, and then he's like, oh, that's the one that you're looking for. It's called a chai yao in Vietnamese. It's very similar to the lang sat. They're kind of beat up because I got them a couple days ago. They have like little pods on the inside. Peel it regularly. Yeah, so it has these two little pods in the middle, and then you just eat it and then spit out the seed. I don't know how to describe the texture of it. It's like not stringy, but like it like is very attached to the pit. The little pod looks like this basically. Looks like a piece of garlic. And last but not least, we have the infamous durian. I don't have it in its full fruit form because it's massive and I don't know how to cut it. So I just have the people that were at the stand cut it for me. In Vietnamese, we call this durian a soursop. Honestly, I grew up eating it, so I don't have a problem with the smell. I know it smells like garbage and sewage and all the above. If you like take away the smell, the taste is really sweet. It's like a custard almost, depending on what kind you get. The fruit itself looks like a jackfruit, except the spikes are a lot spikier. I'm not sure if you can see that brown piece. That is the seed of it. You see like the yellow part around it. Durians are banned on airplanes, lots of hotels, and many other places because the smell is just so off-putting to foreigners and people who are not used to it. It definitely stinks. That is the durian slash the ring. Kind of matches my hair. No, it doesn't. So that's basically all the fruits I have. Unfortunately, the fruit that is my all-time favorite fruit is not in season. It's called a star apple slash a yusu. It's a spherical fruit, and you cut into it and there's like seeds in the middle, and it's very sweet and milky. My parents used to get me like bags of them, and I used to just like go through it. It was my favorite fruit when I was younger, and to this day it is my all-time favorite fruit. If you're in Vietnam, I definitely think that you should try that. Definitely look for it. I'm also sad that I couldn't show you the jackfruit, but those are like pretty common in the West, so it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully you got to see something that you haven't seen before, but if not, that's cool too. I'm glad that you're familiar with the fruits. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you are able to come here one day and try all of them. My flight is in a couple hours, so I have to go pack and everything, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.